What's up, everybody? Welcome to Transition Tuesdays. For this Tuesday, September 12th, 2023, I am your host, Russ Williams. I'm so glad you could be here today. Ladies and gentlemen, Transition Army, I know you could have been anywhere in this world today. I know you could have been anywhere in this world today, but you decided to be here with me, and I appreciate that. And more importantly, I appreciate you out there. So welcome to Transition Tuesdays, my friends. Welcome, man. Again, we have an action-packed show. Action-packed show again. We keep pulling them out. But before I start the show, I always like to state my intentions. And my intention is to give you the opportunity to laugh, smile, think, and engage in honest conversations about your life's transition. So that's what we do here on Transition Tuesdays. So welcome to the show. And I'll be remiss, again, we had a great show last week. We kicked off our after our summer hiatus, which I missed you guys. I'll tell you, I missed the Transition Army. I missed you guys terribly. But it was good for me. I got a chance to just relax, kick back a little bit for the summer, kind of regroup, and gonna keep banging out great shows each and every Tuesday. But I missed you guys, and I want to give you guys, the Transition Army. Again, I didn't get a chance to thank you guys because we had a lovely special guest, Miss Kimberly Green, last week of Black. Oh man, you gotta go. You know, she gave us a great, insight about the Negro Leagues, man, the Buffalo Soldiers, the Tuskegee Airmen. Oh man, all the stuff she has, man. Please go to blackb4u.com and order your Negro Leagues collectives, man. Get a history lesson. There's a history lesson on each product. Man, it tells the origin of the Negro Leagues and everything. Please check that out. Okay, Miss Kimberly Green was a great host. Great host. I'm sorry, a great guest. A great guest. I'm getting my G's mixed up. But yeah, please go to blackb4u.com and get your apparel today. Get that, man. It was great hearing from her. I was very inspired, as all of you were inspired as well. So shout out to Miss Kimberly Green on that. All right. So again, I want to thank you guys, the Transition Army, for always being there through thick and thin. I want to congratulate you guys and thank you guys. And I come with music, right? So I want to thank you guys. I want to just say thank you. I want to say thank you. Each and every Tuesday, you guys show up. Each and every Tuesday, you guys show up. You show up. We have fun on the show. Transition Army, I want to thank you. And I want to thank you for tuning in today, too. So again, thank you. Thank you. And I missed you guys. I really missed you guys, man. So let's get into it. Let's get into it, Transition Army. I posted it earlier. Talked about the Coach Prime effect. The Coach Prime effect. Man, now, again, maybe some of you aren't, knowing what's going on here with Coach Prime, and probably some of you probably saying, who is Coach Prime? Who is Coach Prime? What is this? What is this phenomenon that you're hearing about? Because I'm sure you guys have been hearing about this, and getting caught up into it like me. I'm caught up into it. I'm highly invested in it with this guy. So who is Coach Prime? Well, Coach Prime is Deion Sanders. And Deion Sanders is an American football coach and former professional player who was the head football coach at the University of Colorado in Boulder. His nickname is Prime Time and Coach Prime now. Okay. During his coaching career, he played in the National Football League for 14 seasons. 14 years with the Atlanta Hawks, San Francisco 49ers, Dallas Cowboys, Washington Redskins, Baltimore Ravens. Sanders was also a baseball outfielder for 9 seasons in Major League Baseball. Man, this guy one day played 2 sports. He played 2 baseball and football in one day. And he played with the New York Yankees, the Atlanta Braves, Cincinnati Reds, San Francisco Giants, and he won 2 Super Bowl titles and made a World Series appearance in 1992. That was the year I graduated from college, from Manhattan College, right? And making him the only athlete to play in both a Super Bowl and a World Series. Coach Prime did that, okay? So Coach Prime played college football at Florida State University, where he won the Jim Thorpe Award as a senior. He was selected by the Falcons 5th overall in the 1989 NFL Draft and played football primarily as cornerback, while also making appearances as a kickoff returner, punt returner, and wide receiver. During his career, he was named to 8 Pro Bowls, 8 of them, 8 out of 14 years. That's phenomenal. He made consecutive Super Bowl appearances in Super Bowl 19 and I believe it's 20 with the Cowboys, winning both. So he won back. So he got 2 Super Bowl titles. And was inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame and the College Football Hall of Fame in 2011. So he's a Hall of Fame in college and the NFL. Man, not bad at all. So also Coach Prime, after retiring as a player, Sanders pursued a sports analyst and coaching career. I once heard Coach Prime say that he wanted to be the John Madden. He wanted to be the black John Madden. He was on his way. He served as a head coach at the Jackson State University from 2020 to 2022. And check this out, a lot of people don't know about this about Coach Prime. He earned his degree at Talladega College in an accelerated program, leading the team to 2 consecutive Celebration Bowl appearances and the first undefeated regular season in the school history at Jackson State. So near the end of 2022 season, Sanders was named the head coach at the University of Colorado at Boulder. So that is the deal with Coach Prime. And speaking of the deal, and the real deal, we got Felicia from The Rock checking in. What's going on, Felicia? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, man. So, guys, Coach Prime, ladies and gentlemen, the Transition Army, Coach Prime, the Coach Prime effect is taking place here. Man, you got casual fans watching in the tuning with Mr. Deion Sanders. Oh, no, Coach Prime, let's give him his due. He wants to be called Coach Prime, we call him Coach Prime. But this guy has turned, he has rejuvenated college football. I mean, he's doing it his way. He is a guy who has like 84 new players from last year. Here's a guy who came in, made a statement, let the players know in an open meeting, saying, hey, look, you guys need to get into that transfer portal because I'm coming with my players. I'm coming with luggage. And he said, that's Louis Vuitton luggage. So he has new players, new coaches. Again, people have bought into his philosophy. We coming. Well, guess what, ladies and gentlemen, Transition Army? Coach Prime and the Colorado Buffaloes are here. They are officially here. Man, and they are taking no joke. So, this Coach Prime effect is real deal. I mean, they won, they beat TCU the first game on the road, beat them. TCU went to the national championship game. They were national finals runner-up last year. Beat them at home. Next thing they play Nebraska. We beat them away, I'm sorry. Then they play Nebraska at home, and they win that. Now I think they're ranked number 22 or 23 now. But again, it's all about Deion. It's all about Coach Prime. And it's all about him changing the culture. You talk about changing the culture. You probably hear that a lot. Teams or coaches or players, they change the culture. Coach Prime has come in and really changed the culture. Again, people got to understand, man, University of Colorado was 1 win. They had 1 win last year. That's it. 1 win. So they already surpassed the total wins from this year, these first 2 wins, than they got all of last year. And this has to be because of the Coach Prime effect. Okay, you got celebrities who go to the practices, celebrities who make speeches. They come. They're a part of the process. Coach Prime with the great speeches, the great quotes. I love the one quote he said, he says, I'm about to get comfortable. Y'all better watch out. I'm about to get comfortable. So y'all haven't seen anything yet. he comes with his son, Sadir, right? Who is the was on, one of the top players for the Heisman Watch. He's doing his thing. Matter of fact, he's doing this thing so much with NIL money. They say he has the net worth more than Dak Prescott from the Dallas Cowboys. This kid is in college. They're doing their thing. And also they got the two-way player, Hunter, who plays, wide receiver, and he plays corner as well. This guy's in the Heisman Watch as well. And who do we credit all this to? Coach Prime. It's the Prime effect. The Prime effect. That's what Coach Prime provides. And here's a guy, a lot of hardship with Coach Prime. Ladies and gentlemen, transition on. I'm not sure if you're aware of, but Coach Prime has 2 toes that are amputated. 2 toes. I knew he had some blood clot issues as well. Was in the hospital. This guy presses on. He doesn't drink, doesn't smoke. He says he's called by a higher power. And I think this is just the beginning. This guy's not all show and all substance, but again, this guy does this thing. He's been there before. These players are buying into it. And I think this is just the beginning of it. And the one thing that I think Coach Prime does a great job of, he does a phenomenal job at this. And I think it's really going unnoticed, and it's a good thing it's getting unnoticed, but probably I'll bring it out here so you'll probably get a chance to take a look at it, what I'm talking about, what I'm about to share with you all. I believe Coach Prime does an excellent job of taking the pressure off his players. And how does he do that? He goes about the business, especially like press conferences. He makes it all about himself and all about the team. But again, he takes all that pressure, he puts it on himself, like, hey, look, you guys are doubters, this and that, everybody believes, only my teammates believe, we told you we were coming and now we're here. But again, he takes the pressure off the players. Only thing the players got to do is just go out there and perform, go to class, and perform and play the sport of football. He takes all that pressure off of them from the media. He does a great job of that, shielding the players. Just go out there and play. That's what you're here to do. Go out there and play and perform. And again, we all shine. We all shine under Coach Prime. So Coach Prime does an excellent job with that. And that's all part of that aura, the Coach Prime effect. It's an aura that he has, that he's really, really bringing to the forefront. And it's going to be interesting to see, because again, I think college football, college basketball, NFL, everything's a cookie cutter approach. So it's probably going to be another person who's going to try to, exemplify what Coach Prime does, so they can create their own Coach Prime effect. But again, they're not going to be able to do it like Coach Prime with the flair he has. I mean, this guy's a star. He was a star football player. He was a star. Now he's a star coach. And he seems like he's doing it at a higher power. That's what he's saying, And I'm buying into it. I wouldn't be a guy who watches a lot of college football, but I'm locked in every Sunday, every Saturday, watching the University of Buffalo. The Buffs of Colorado. I'm sorry, this is the University of Buffalo, but not this one. University of Colorado, okay? Who they are, the Buffaloes. So I'm locked in. And a lot of casual fans are locked in too. Because again, Coach Prime, the Prime effect is, I think a lot of people are tuning in for 2 different reasons. To see Deion do well, Coach Prime do well, and to see him fail. Okay? That's the Coach Prime effect. He is the only guy that can do this. So the casual fan, people who are analysts, whatever, casual fans, great fans of college basketball, college football, they are tuning in to see Coach Prime and to see if he'll do well and to see if maybe he'll fail. But the great thing I like about Coach Prime is he really doesn't care. He doesn't care about people's opinions. I think he says it, and I think he genuinely means that. He doesn't care about what people say about him. He doesn't care about it. I think he cares a great deal if they talk about his players now. Okay, then it'll be on. But, and again, he goes to bat for his players, and his players will go through a wall for him. We're seeing that. we're seeing the effect. We're seeing the Coach Prime effect take place. We're seeing it here, and I'm witnessing it. I'm feeling it. I think they play Colorado State coming up this week. Again, I'm gonna be locked in. Yeah, I want to see the game. I know they're gonna have more games on national TV now because of Deion, a prime time effect. All these things are the prime time effect. Here's a coach who I saw in the first game that they played. He does he does commercial for California California almonds. Who's doing that? Coach Prime. It's the prime effect. Aflac. It's the Coach Prime effect. This guy's changing the game. Now, who's going to do this in college basketball? Because again, like I mentioned, there's a cookie cutter approach. If things are working, people are going to try to emulate it. Who's going to do this for college basketball? Who's going to try to replicate this in college football? Probably not going to be done. But again, people seek success, and then they're probably going to try to do it. This is all in tribute to the Coach Prime effect. This is a real thing. The Coach Prime effect is a real thing. It's really a thing. So Felicia says he is truly dedicated to his players. Absolutely. He really is. He really is. And Felicia also says, I don't care much about college football, but he makes it exciting to watch. Hashtag Coach Prime. Yes, he does, Felicia. You're absolutely right. He does make it entertaining to watch. The casual fans, I like Felicia says, she's a casual fan. And we were sitting down watching Coach Prime, And here's Felicia, who's not a casual fan, but she was the one that told me, hey, Coach Prime is on the TV. So I was like, wow, see? That's the Coach Prime effect, But one thing, Coach Prime, maybe he didn't address it. And one thing I noticed watching the last game, which he probably addressed it probably behind closed doors. I don't know if anybody peeped this, but before they were about to win the game in Nebraska, there was still time on the clock. And I noticed Hunter, one of the best players, one of the guys up for Heisman, I saw he was on the sideline giving his girlfriend a hug and kiss. Now, the game was still going on. Now, I know if I know Coach Prime, like I think I know Coach Prime, I bet you Coach Prime, behind closed doors, had to reprimand this kid about doing this. Because, again, the game is not over till the clock hits all zeros. And, again, Coach Prime is all about that guy who's going to make a prime example of things. If he sees injustices, if he sees some crazy stuff going about, he's going to make a prime example of it. No pun intended. But he's going to talk about it and make these players better for that. Because, again, you can't do that. I don't care who you are. Again, we can't be doing no celebrations or hugging and stuff like that while the game is still going on. That's a no-no. So I'm sure Coach Prime cleared that up. But he is truly dedicated to his players. And, again, he does an excellent job taking the pressure off the players by doing what he does. And, again, the players can just go out there and perform. Go out there and play. Okay? This is the Coach Prime effect, which is a real deal. It's a real thing. It's a real deal. So this week when you're watching Coach Prime and the Colorado Buffaloes play, look out for those factors like I talked about. Look out for, is this a real thing? The Coach Prime effect. Is this really a thing? Is this really an issue? Is this really a thing? And again, you're going to find yourself along with other people, the casual fan, they're going to be out. They're going to be watching Game 3. They're going to be watching. Again, it's going to be, on Fox, so it's going to be national TV as well. And again, people are going to see, what is this buzz about this Coach Prime guy? The guy's wearing solid gold whistles and, the Jesus pieces, and the shades and everything like that. And getting these guys hyped up and all these celebrities coming to see him and all the people talking and stuff like that, from Snoop to Michael Irvin to all these players. What is the buzz about? Okay? Everybody's going to see what the Coach Prime effect is all about. Everybody's going to be able to check that out. Again, I'm all in. I'm invested into it, and I'm all in. And I think you should be too. I think you should be too. So now, the Coach Prime effect is real. Check it out. Check it out. Check it out. So, ladies and gentlemen, Transition Army, if we were able to make you laugh, smile, and think during this broadcast, my good friends, you have accomplished something major today. So celebrate your victory. Big or small, celebrate your victory. Hey, I'm celebrating the victory of life, first of all. But again, I celebrate the victory of being on here in front of you each and every Tuesday for the 5th year. This is the 5th year that we're doing this. I'm celebrating that victory. I'm celebrating the victory of me coming back from summer hiatus and giving you quality content, quality shows. I'm celebrating that victory. Big or small, you should do the same. You should do the same. All right, let me get into my DJ skills. A little rusty, but we're going to park this here. Hey, hey, hey. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, Transition Army, I want to thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for you joining us here today on Transition Tuesdays, each and every Tuesday. I thank you guys. I thank you immensely. Okay? If you missed this show and our past shows, you can catch us on our YouTube channel, Transition Tuesdays. Okay? And make sure you like and subscribe when you're on there. Okay, guys? Make sure you do that. If you haven't followed me, or you haven't been following me at all, okay? If you haven't been following me at all, you can follow me on Instagram, or as the young people say, IG, at Russ Will Transitions. That's Russ Will Transitions with an S. If you follow me, I'll follow you back. All right, guys? So make sure you do that. Want to give a major shout out to our corporate sponsor, Sweet Candy Cafe, the home of Southern sweetness, right? In downtown Lumberton, North Carolina. Hey, I'm going to give you guys a little tip here, a little scoop here. Again, Sweet Candy Cafe is the home of Felicia's freeze-dried favorites. You want to know more about that? You better head to, after we're done, you better head to sweetcandycafe.com to get all the scoop on that. You got to do that. All right? Make sure you do that. Make sure we support black businesses, okay? And small businesses as well, okay? If they happen to be black, that's great too, okay? Make sure we support small businesses, okay? Especially for businesses that have been around for a long time and still doing things. We need to support them, okay? And we need to do that, okay? Make sure we do that, okay? So again, hey, as Felicia says, good job. We coming. That's right. We are coming to you. And we come to you live each and every Tuesday here on Transition Tuesdays. So, ladies and gentlemen, Transition Army, as we say in parting, happy transitioning. We'll speak to you soon. Take care, everybody. God bless.